NFL
quarterback rankings.
Preseason starts next week, and there's one lingering question that everybody has. Where do the quarterbacks rank this year? I'll be answering that question from the bottom quarterbacks through the middle of the pack. I'll be putting them in different tiers, and then once we get to the top 10, each quarterback will be listed separately. Let's get right into it. Starting out with the bottom tier, it's the unknown and Daniel Jones. So we have Tyler Shaw, we have Cam Ward, we have J.J. McCarthy, and of course, Daniel Jones. Now the unknown, we don't know what J.J. McCarthy, Cam Ward, and Tyler Shaw are going to be. I think if J.J. McCarthy's injury doesn't affect him too much, he should be moving up those rankings fast. Cam Ward should be moving up, and Tyler Shaw, we'll see if he moves up. Even if he doesn't, I don't think that's going to be a big problem for the Saints. They still have a couple more years left for the rebuild anyway. And then Daniel Jones. Now this list is going to be all starting quarterbacks, so Daniel Jones, I would say he's the worst starting quarterback in the league. He doesn't create big plays. He doesn't throw touchdowns. He has turnovers. He throws interceptions. And he doesn't seem like a guy where everyone's going to rally around him. The next tier, is she pretty? Now this is when you have that one friend, and he says, I'm talking to a new girl. And you say, oh, is she pretty? And he says, well, she's got a big butt. Oh, yeah. And then you got your other friend too. He's talking to a new girl. And you say, is she pretty? And he says, she's got a great personality. Oh, I see what's going on here. So these are the quarterbacks that are the, Joe Flacco, Bryce Young, Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields, as I'm recording this, he just got injured. We'll see what happens to him. Good luck for him. I hope he gets healthy and is ready to play for the season. But I'll still put him as a starting quarterback right now for the Jets. But Joe Flacco, he's that guy where he's got a big butt. He's not pretty. He's got a big butt. He'll throw for 300, 400 yards, but he's not pretty. He's going to throw a lot of interceptions. Justin Fields, he's got a great personality. He'll give you a big scramble every once in a while, but he's not pretty. He's really not going to change your team at all, and he's not going to have too many big games at all. And then Bryce Young, looked like maybe he was having a little bit of a glow-up at the end of last year. There's some rumors that Bryce Young might have had plastic surgery this offseason. He'll come out a lot prettier. And if he does, he'll climb up those rankings fast. But if he doesn't, he might get pushed down there with Daniel Jones. Next season, Michael Penix, Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Kyler, Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Russ. Last year for each of them, it was next season. Now for Michael Penix, that was a good thing. He got time to learn under Kirk Cousins. He's probably grown a lot. I hope he has. We saw him at the end of last year. He definitely had some good signs. So it's a good next season for Michael Penix. Let's see what he can do with the full season. For Sam Darnold, it's next season. You got to show it again next season. If you want to be looked at as an actual good quarterback in the league, you have to prove it again next season. For almost everyone else on this list, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Tua, it's always next season for them. Next season, can Tua stay healthy? Next season, can Kyler consistently play well? Next season, can Dak stay healthy and play well? Next season, can Trevor stay healthy and play well? Now, which of these guys is going to finally make this season the year they step up and we stop saying next season? And then for Aaron Rodgers and Russ, it's next season. Is next season finally going to be the good retirement year you want? Is next season the year we see vintage Russ or vintage Rodgers? And I don't think it's going to be a great next season for either of them, but we'll see. Is it going to be next season again after this year? Don't get trapped. Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Don't get trapped. Do not get trapped. This tier, it wants to suck you in, and it wants to keep you in. It never wants to let you go. Jared Goff and Geno Smith, I think they're already trapped. I don't think they're ever leaving this tier. Now, for both of them, that's actually a good thing. I mean, looking at where their careers were, let's say 4 years ago, you would say, wow, to be ranked this high above the other quarterbacks in the NFL looks pretty good for them, especially Geno, career backup. But it looks like they are trapped. Now, Justin Herbert and Brock Purdy, You're getting pulled in. Can you get out? You're fighting. You're trying to. Will they be able to? It looks like they might both be getting trapped, just like Geno and Goff. Justin Herbert, every year, it's supposed to be his year. And at the end of the year, he just doesn't have that game that can get the Chargers going deep in the playoffs. And last year was a bad game. I think a 4-interception game for him last season in the playoffs. And then Brock Purdy, he's had the great players with him his whole career. Now it looks like the Niners are going to be having not a bad team, but a lot less great pieces for him on the offense. Can he prove that he does not need an amazing team to play well? Can he step up and get into the top 10 quarterbacks? And then for the 3 rookies last year, Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, what a start for them all 3 to already be ranked this highly. But please don't get trapped. I'm hoping for all 3 of them that they can move up. But what's the probability that all 3 quarterbacks from one draft make it up into the top 10? So we'll see maybe 1 will make it into the top 10, maybe 2. It'd be great if we see all 3. But all 3 definitely have the potential to make it into the top 10. And all 3 have no excuses. Bo Nix, he's in a good situation. Drake May, he's got a new, better head coach. They added a couple receivers for him. He has no excuses. Caleb Williams has no excuses at all. He's got the pieces. He's got his new coach. He's going to have a good defense. All 3 of them do not have any excuse. Into the top 10, at number 10, Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker, he's barely made it out of the trap tier. And the trap tier is pulling him in, trying to get him back. We'll see if he can stay out, because Baker, he's right outside. I mean, he could easily get pulled in with just a couple bad games. He was tied for the most interceptions in the league last year. He had more interceptions than Geno Smith, more than Goff, players I just named in the trap tier. So how did Baker barely make it out of the trap tier? Well, when he's on his day, you can tell. When he's on his day, he's really on his day. He can throw the ball with the best few quarterbacks in the league, but he's just not consistent enough. He's not consistently good. He's consistently inconsistent. I mean, every year of his career, it's like, oh my, wow, look at Baker. And the next game, it's, oh wow, 2 interceptions, a fumble, some stat line like that. So if Baker can become consistently good, he could easily move up even higher in the top 10. But if he stays inconsistent, the trap tier could pull him right back down. At number 9, Jordan Love. Now, when I first watched Jordan Love play for the Packers, I thought, wow, he's going to be great. He's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But I still think he has more to live up to. I have more expectations for Jordan Love, and I want to see him reach those. But he needs a deep run in the playoffs to really cement himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He has no excuses this year. They just added Matthew Golden for him. The Packers have an all-around great team. That might be Josh Jacobs last year as a great running back, so he needs to step up this year. It's really a deep run or bust for the Packers this year, in my opinion, and I think he can lead them there. Number 8, Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl champion. Now, if you asked me, who would I rather build a team around? Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts? I'm taking Jordan Love. And if you ask me, okay, what about Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May, or Jalen Hurts? I'm probably taking all 3 of those guys before Jalen Hurts. But if you asked me, okay, season on the line, tied at half, who do you want to win the game for you? I'm taking Jalen Hurts. He's a winner. He's clutch. He's confident. That's why he's number 8 on this list. He's not going to be the guy that's going to transform your team, take a bad team to a great team. But he is a certified winner. And when the game matters the most, when it really counts, you can count on Jalen Hurts to come up big for you. And he's not going to make mistakes. He's going to play well. He's not going to overdo anything. He's not going to make any bad plays. He's going to do what's needed, and he's going to play well. Number 7, C.J. Stroud. Now, Stroud at 7, this ranking is coming off a lot of faith for him this year. I know he's coming off a sophomore slump. Just about every number was down for him last year. But Stroud actually dealt with the 3rd highest pressure percentage. Only Sam Darnold and Jalen Hurts dealt with a higher pressure percentage. Now, Jalen Hurts was responsible for 7% more of those pressures than Stroud. This means that Stroud he had a really bad offensive line. It wasn't his fault. Almost all of the pressures he faced was his line's fault. And we saw the effect that put on him during the regular season. But I loved what I saw from him versus the Chiefs in the playoffs. He really stepped up. He looked like a leader. He looked like some of that rookie year Stroud. And I think it's going to set a good tone for him for next season. Now, he just needs his line to really protect him. They cannot keep playing like they have been. And then he needs his players to stay healthy. I mean, I don't know if he's like Midas, but instead of everyone he touches turning into gold, everyone he touches gets injured. I mean, his cousin probably got injured. Diggs was injured. Nico Collins was injured. Tank Dell was injured. Joe Mixon was injured. I don't know if there's any player that dealt with as many injuries on their star offensive players last year like Stroud. So I think the only way is up for him next year. At number 6, Matthew Stafford. Now, as long as Matthew Stafford stays in the league, it seems like he's going to stay in this top 10. As we see from all sports with older players playing longer and longer, Stafford is not an outlier. It seems like he's just not slowing down at all. And as long as he plays like this, he's going to be close to that top 5. I mean, he's just one of the best quarterbacks I've seen in my life. And if there's a guy where you said, all right, I need you to hit this target to win me $100,000, it's hard to pick somebody else besides Matthew Stafford. Number 5, Lamar Jackson, maybe the most fun player to watch in the entire league, probably the most electrifying player. I remember I had a friend who I was trying to introduce him to the NFL, and about 1/4 of the highlights I showed him to get him excited about football was Lamar Jackson. He's just that special. He's so amazing to watch. Even as a Browns fan, I love tuning in to watch Lamar Jackson. But it cannot be denied that he has dealt with some big game jitters. Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, 5 losses, 6 lost fumbles, 60.6 or 0.5 completion percentage, 7 interceptions. And can you guess how many games that's been played in? 8 games. So 13 turnovers in just 8 games, 60% completion percentage. It's just flat out not good. I need Lamar to step up in the playoffs to move up these rankings. But if he does, I mean, he could be ranked the number 1 quarterback in the league. He's so special. He just has to step up in the playoffs. At number 4, Jaden Daniels coming into his sophomore year. I have him ranked pretty highly already. Now, Jaden Daniels deserves this ranking because last year in the playoffs, there was no moment where I felt like, oh, there's rookie Jaden Daniels. Oh, there's Jaden Daniels with no experience. There he is getting nervous. There he is making that bad play. There was nothing about Jaden Daniels where you said, oh, okay, see, that finally happened. We are waiting for it. So I don't see him going down. I mean, we had Stroud with the sophomore slump last year, but like I went into, a big part of that was not his fault. He dealt with injuries, dealt with a bad offensive line. And Stroud, I love Stroud, but he was not what Jaden Daniels was first year. I mean, to lead your team to a conference championship game, one of the 6 rookie quarterbacks to ever be in the conference championship game, that's a special thing. And I don't think the Commanders are going to slow down at all. You can check out my video about my NFL predictions to see where I think the Commanders will be next year. At number 3, Josh Allen. Now, there's really nothing about Josh Allen's game where you can say, but he does this, but he can't do that. I mean, the one thing before last season was that he threw too many interceptions, but he killed that last year. He had the lowest interceptions of his entire career. So there's nothing where you say, but Josh Allen can't play like this. Now, the one but of his career is, but he has not beat Mahomes in the playoffs. But he has not been to a Super Bowl yet. But, of course, he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. And these top 3 quarterbacks are so amazing. They're so close that once you get up here in the top 3, those team accolades really start to mean a lot more. And that's why I had to put Josh Allen at number 3. At number 2, Joe Burrow. Once again with Burrow, what is there to pick out about his game where you say, but he needs to do this better, but he can't do that? I don't see anything that I can specifically point out about Joe Burrow that's like a huge problem. And I don't think that people appreciate enough what Joe Burrow has had to deal with. Last year, he was number 1 in pass snaps, number 1 in attempts, and he had the 49th best average throw time, which means he did not have that much time to throw, and he was asked to throw all of the time. So what did he do with that? Well, he was number 1 in passing touchdowns. He was number 2 in total touchdowns. He was number 1 in passing yards. And you could say, well, he's had the most pass attempts. Of course, he's going to be high up in those rankings. Well, he had the 19th most interceptions in the league. So not only did he throw the most touchdowns and the most passing yards, but he kept the ball safe and he played at such a high level. He was my MVP last year. I don't think anybody played better than Joe Burrow last year. And of course, at number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Now I know he's coming off a down year, a couple of down years, but when your down year is winning a Super Bowl and making it to the Super Bowl and losing, it's hard to put him lower than first in the entire league. And Mahomes, he's not really fighting with Joe Burrow or Josh Allen for first in the league. He's fighting with Tom Brady for first of all time. So to fight with Tom Brady and to stay at number 1 in the current quarterback rankings, he does need to have a better year this year. And that doesn't mean for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, but I'm talking about him specifically to look like the Mahomes of old. I want to see that again out of him, and he'll keep that number 1 spot he's at. But if he doesn't and he has another little down season, Joe Burrow is right at the door looking to take that number 1 spot from Patrick Mahomes. Those are my 2025 quarterback rankings preseason. Now over the year, we'll see what quarterbacks rise, what quarterbacks drop. But thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you comment below who should be moved up, who should be moved down. Should the rankings be twisted? Should the tiers be twisted? But thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next time.